Be still, this is not just the closing of a calendar page. Most will glance at today and see an ordinary date. May 31st. A Thursday. A number. A checkbox. But if your soul has been stirring, if something within you has been quietly rising without explanation, then know this. Today is not ordinary. It is a threshold. A rare and silent gate has opened, not for the world at large, but for those who've been moving differently. Quietly. Consciously. This is not the end of May. It is the cosmic punctuation marking the end of one energetic book and the opening of a sealed chapter few were ever meant to read. Not everyone notices the thinning of the veil. Most wander through time on autopilot, lulled by routine, sedated by distraction. But you, if you're still here, still watching, still listening, then something ancient within you has stayed alert. You didn't just make it to today. You were guided here, pulled by unseen threads, marked by a sequence of subtle events, quiet instincts, whispers in your intuition that said, "Keep going. You're almost there." This isn't poetry. This is frequency. Energetically, today operates like a seal, a divine timestamp etched into the architecture of your soul's journey. When it clicks shut, it shifts the path beneath those who are spiritually attentive. If you've been catching signs, soft nudges, recurring numbers, feelings that made no rational sense, you weren't imagining it. You were being summoned. You were remembered. The truth is, not everyone is meant to feel this moment. That's why it arrives quietly, cloaked in stillness. The spiritual current today moves without sound. You won't hear a roar. You'll feel a vibration, like your chest expanding without breath, like your awareness sharpening without effort. If even one part of you recognizes what I'm saying, without logic, without needing proof, that's your soul acknowledging its own timing. And here's the thing that makes today different. It's not just about closure. It's a soul checkpoint. You've crossed invisible thresholds all month long, and now, the final door is open, but only to those whose inner light has already aligned. You didn't stumble here. You were summoned. The signs have been gathering in strange patterns. Have you noticed? Running late, then arriving just on time. Thinking of someone and they call. Hearing a song that matches your inner thoughts word for word. It's not a coincidence. It's not luck. It's the portal syncing itself to your frequency. That's how it works. It doesn't shout. It responds. It echoes your readiness. It only activates when the soul is attuned. Today isn't loud for a reason. The air is unusually still because something divine is listening, watching, choosing. If you've paused today without knowing why, if your gaze lifted skyward, or a familiar but forgotten dream resurfaced for no reason, know that the spiritual system around you has just registered your energy. It's tagging those who are awake, those who are ready to step into what's next, not through striving, but through alignment. This moment was never about discovery. It's about remembering. You may notice certain people around you becoming uneasy, confused, or even resistant in your presence today. That's not your problem to fix. It's simply the contrast between tuned and untuned souls. Your alignment disrupts their illusion. That's all. Because while they're still trying to figure out what's going on, your path is already shifting. Let's talk about that inner feeling, the one that crept in today, like motivation out of nowhere. That gentle push to do the thing you've been putting off. That wasn't productivity. That was the portal nudging you. A spiritual signal that says, "You've been seen. Now, act like it." You'll start to feel the world respond differently now. Opportunities may appear not because you chase them, but because you've finally become a match. Conversations will open. Doors will not resist you. Answers will come faster than the questions. This is not magic. It's energetic confirmation. The deeper truth? This isn't about stepping forward. It's about circling back to the version of you that was always whole, always chosen, long before fear or doubt tried to rewrite your path. Somewhere deep in your childhood or even your past life memory, there were signs, symbols, names, an odd obsession with stars, a whisper you used to repeat, a dream you had once and forgot. Don't ignore them now. They're resurfacing because this portal is triggering a soul retrieval. Not just memories, but keys. You won't understand all of it. And that's okay. This isn't about comprehension. It's about activation. The spiritual realm speaks in nudges, not instructions. In chills, not checklists. You'll feel it in the way the wind changes, in the eerie timing of a stranger's words, in the déjà vu that won't leave you alone. And if you've noticed the number 1919, take it as a signal. That's a spiritual alignment code. It often shows up when old fragments of your soul are being reintegrated. Leave it in the comments if you feel seen. Let your soul leave a footprint. Because what's happening now isn't just a personal upgrade. It's a cosmic attendance check. The universe is calling roll, not with sound, but with synchronicity, with stillness, with that strange inner certainty that something sacred just clicked into place. This isn't about destiny waiting for you. It's about realizing it's already begun. You didn't just arrive here today. You crossed an invisible bridge. You passed through something sacred while the rest of the world was still asleep. And soon, your reality will start speaking in new dialects, through people, dreams, events that seem too perfect to be chance. This is the beginning of convergence. This isn't about chasing anything. In fact, the more you let go, the faster things come. You'll find that what once resisted now leans toward you. Goals no longer have to be forced. They start finding you because you're in energetic motion with your path. The portal isn't ahead of you. It's within you. Tonight, listen closely. You may feel something rise that you haven't touched in years. A name. A memory. A version of you untouched by trauma, untouched by fear. That's your soul clearing the dust from its original blueprint. You don't need to remember every detail. Just enough to say, yes, that was always me. This moment is about soul continuity, a reconnection to everything the world tried to strip away. Let the final portal of May seal your old story, and let your true path whisper itself back into being. Because this isn't the end. It's the beginning of remembrance. This moment is about spiritual continuity. It's not here to reinvent you. It's here to restore you. The final gate of May isn't an invitation to become someone new. It's a sacred summons to return to the essence you were before the world demanded you change. And for those brave enough to listen inward tonight, the echoes of that ancient version of you will begin to rise, not in chaos, not in noise, but in clear, still waves of knowing. You may notice a sudden calm in the middle of a moment that should feel overwhelming. That's not a coincidence. That's alignment catching up to you. The part of you that remembers, the one who walked through lifetimes of inner knowing, silent strength, and unshakable clarity, is returning to the surface. And this portal, this last breath of May, is not just marking time. It's marking you. And here's what's most profound. The more you remember, the more life begins to mirror that remembering. The patterns that once confused you will begin to make sense. The delays that frustrated you will reveal themselves as divine pauses, perfectly timed. People you thought were distractions will be exposed as either catalysts or closures. The fog lifts, but not all at once. It peels back in layers, in rhythm, with your soul's readiness. If you've been questioning your path lately, unsure if you're still on track, know this. You're not lost, you're recalibrating. This is the season of quiet, powerful course correction. And if things feel like they've been falling away, it's not punishment. It's pruning. The timeline you were never meant to stay on is dissolving so your real one can emerge. It doesn't require your panic, only your presence. This portal isn't loud. It's precise. It's for the few who notice the shift in the wind before the storm, the ones who can feel the energy in a room change before a word is spoken. If you've always been that kind of soul, the sensitive, the intuitive, the observer, then this moment was always meant for you. And now comes the most sacred part of this shift. Integration. The signs, the synchronicities, the symbolic dreams, they're not random. They are guiding lights, breadcrumbs from your higher self, leading you not forward, but deeper. Your task now isn't to race ahead. It's to stand still long enough to listen, really listen, to what is rising from within. Don't be surprised if certain memories return tonight, not as emotional burdens, but as clues. You may hear a name, feel a place, Or remember a moment that seemed insignificant when it happened, but now suddenly it feels potent. That's the portal, speaking in your soul's native language. Even the stillness around you is alive. It's charged with instruction. The leaves don't rustle tonight without purpose. The breeze feels different on your skin for a reason. The numbers that repeat. The déjà vu. The lyrics that hit harder than they should. This is the matrix bending, gently, respectfully for those who are paying attention. And if you're here now reading this, it means you are.
So what now?
Now you walk forward, but you walk from the center, not from the edges. You walk not because you're being chased by what you fear, but because you're being pulled by what you remember. And when others can't see what you feel, let that be confirmation, not discouragement. Not everyone was meant to witness what you see. Because you, my friend, are the bridge. You are the space between what was and what will be. You are the keeper of the memory that the world forgot. So hold it close. Nurture it. Speak to it when no one's listening. And trust, truly trust, that the next few days will begin revealing proof that you weren't imagining any of this. Synchronicities will increase. Restlessness will dissolve into certainty. Delays will turn into divine arrivals. And doors that once refused to budge will begin to creak open, not because you forced them, but because you finally matched their frequency. This is the power of May's final alignment. It's subtle, it's sacred, it's yours, and it begins now.